Okay, you can give the call to action. Then you must tell the you must tell the class when they are also supposed to stand by. Yeah. So Farhana, you're the director. Okay. Farhana, director. Sial.
You guys ready? Yeah, ready to take?
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Now say action.
Action.
Okay. Well, very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to this session on 3-point lighting. So it's nice to see you all here today and getting ready to go, because today's session is going to be very useful for you. All right? You are going to learn something that will be useful to you in your future jobs as health coaches, as community care practitioners. Today we are going to cover something on 3-point lighting, and I'm going to teach you how you can use 3-point lighting to enhance videos that you make, which you can probably use to create content for the community next time, and how you can get a very enhanced and attractive image. Of course, not including myself lah. I would have preferred for a more attractive subject to be here, but sadly, I'm the instructor for this session, so you're stuck with me for now. Nonetheless, welcome. So what I'm showing you right now is when I have all the different elements of the lighting on. Okay? So now I'm going to turn down all of these different elements. First, starting with the one behind me, and then after that, I'm also going to turn down these lights, waiting for the app to open. So this is going to go down, and now I'm also going to turn down this light. All right? So this is the ground state that you see without any lights whatsoever. And what you see here is an image that is not very attractive, right? Is this something that you would actually watch on YouTube? No, right? I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to watch me on YouTube, right? But, you know, this is not an image you would want to see. So I'm going to show you the very first element, and I'm going to turn on that first element and to show you what difference it makes. Okay, so first, this is the first light that I'm going to turn on, and this light, which is located over here, which I will show you now. So maybe Miss Farhana, could I trouble you to go over to camera number 4?
Cam 4 died.
No, cam 4 died. Okay, and cam 4 is back up. Alright, so what you see here, this is actually what we call the key light. Right? So this is the light which I have switched on in order for me to have that first effect. Okay, so that is the key light. So now, let me ask the class a question. Alright, so maybe let me just ask Mr. Elijah. Yes, Mr. Elijah, hi there. Okay, yes, we see you right there. So, Mr. Elijah, what do you notice when I turn on the key light? What do you notice about, you know, the light on my face? Anything?
I think the other side of the face is quite dark compared to
this side, right?
Yeah, that side is quite dark.
So this side is actually darker than this side.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is so?
Maybe because only that light is facing you only.
Okay. And what about the position of the light? I think maybe Valerie. What's the position of the light? Firstly.
Around like 45 degrees.
Okay. So you notice, right? Because of the position as well as the angle of this light, then it causes one side of my face, right, of the subject's face to be brighter, right, than the other side. So in order for me to actually have this side be seen, I will need to use another light. But before that, right, I just want to highlight that this is actually one form of cinematographic effect. So sometimes you will see certain vloggers as well as content creators, they actually use one light only. And what this does is that it actually gives a very, you know, a very kind of scary movie kind of effect. So especially if I were to bring it a little bit down, right? Then I look like a gangster, right? Because, you know, this is like a rather film noir kind of shot, right? So this is actually, it does actually have some cinematographic effect as well, okay? But if I want to actually light up the other side, right? So this is what I will do. I will turn on another light, right? So I'm now going to do that. And now I've turned on this light. Okay, so Dana, what do you notice about this light here?
It's more evenly lit now. Both sides are equally.
Is it fully equally lit?
Yeah.
How about now?
The same, but a bit darker.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you notice about the, you know, the difference between, you know, between this intensity and this intensity? Which one do you think is actually higher? With the key light and this light, which I've not told you what the name is yet, but what do you notice about the two? Which one is always brighter?
The left?
Yeah, so which is this one, the key light,
Yeah.
all right? Now, if I were to use this, this light, right, with different intensities, what kind of effect do you think I'm able to achieve? So now I'm going to change the intensity. Now the intensity on this side, right, is not so high, right? But I want to increase it a little bit now. Okay, so what difference do you notice now?
Creates like a shadow.
What else? Specifically with regard to the subject. So what type of content creators do you think will use, firstly, this kind of light versus this kind of light?
The second kind is more for like vloggers. The first kind is more cinematic.
Okay, so yes, you're right, Dina. So what you can do is that you can actually adjust, right, the intensity or the relative intensities of the different forms of lighting. And by the way, this light is what we call the fill light, right? F-I-L-L, fill light. So it is called the fill light because it fills up the light on the other side of the key light, right? So it fills up that gap in terms of lighting that's left by the absence of light prior to that. So like what you said, Dana, we can actually have different effects. So usually the beauty vloggers, right, they will typically use a higher intensity over here at this side, all right? Whereas if you want to have a little bit more cinematographic effect, then you will bring this down so that you can see a little bit more, you know, contrast and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another light, all right? And this light is now going to be turned on right now. So what do you notice, Valerie? What do you notice now that I have turned on this light?
Your face looks more defined.
My face looks more defined. Okay, so basically not just my face, but the whole body, right? So you can see that. Okay, I show you again. I show you again. So now this is without. Okay, so now this is without. Without, and then now this is with the light. Okay, you notice the edges of my body, or rather the clothes, right? They tend to stand out a bit more, right? Okay, so this light here that is actually behind me, that I'm actually controlling here, this light is called the backlight, right? It's called the backlight. So it's located, where is the light located typically? Based on the name?
Back.
Yes, Elijah, is located at the back of the subject, behind the subject, right? So you locate it behind the subject. So I'm going to change different colors so I don't blind you guys. But yeah, you can actually locate it behind the subject. Okay, so now we have learned 3 different types of lighting, and these 3 different types of lighting can be used to enhance the effect, right, on the videographic quality, right, of a subject when you're doing a video that involves lighting. There's one more type of light that I'm also going to show you. If you look over here, you'll see that there's actually this light. Let me now just turn it off first, right? So now it's without this light, now it's with this light. So this light that I've actually placed over here, this is what we call the practical light. Right? So practical lights, basically, they are just to help to enhance the background. So in videos, you will tend to see that there are many different ways that people actually place different lights around in the background. So this is one such example. You can actually put very cheap lights that you can actually obtain from Daiso, you know, and you can just place it around, and you can add some other things to actually change the color, you know, like got these colored balls, you can put some plants and so on, right? So that's called practical light. So 4 different types of lights, right? So a quick review, one by one. Can I get you to just tell me, maybe starting from Dana, what's the first light that you've learned?
Backlight.
Okay, backlight is one. So the backlight is the one located right here. Okay, Elijah, what's another light?
Key light.
Key light, right? So the key light is the one that actually is the main light that lights up the subject at a what angle?
45 degrees.
45-degree angle to the subject. Well done. And Valerie, what's one more light?
Field light.
Field light, right? So the field light is located at the other opposite end of the key light, right? And the purpose is to fill the gaps lah. That's why it's called a field light. All right. Okay, great. So right now I've got something that I've got planned for you. I would like you to come forward to the front of our studio right here. So could I invite maybe Dana? Please be the subject. And Elijah and Valerie, come forward too. So Fana, you can change over to camera 4.
Sit here, is it?
Sit here, please. All right. Okay. So, come forward too, please. All right. So you can see that this is Elijah. Valerie, also come. Okay. Say hi to the camera. Is the mic on? Okay. So, all right. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to take Dana here as a subject. As you can see, she's not very properly lighted up.
That's true.
Okay, so Fana, can you also turn this camera around to face us so that we can see a wider view? All right, and let's switch over to camera 3. Yes. Okay, so let's switch over to camera 3. So you can see here, this is Dana, and then later we'll go over to camera 4. But I just want to show you that this is the studio, and then these are the different lights that we have here. So, Elijah and Valerie, I would like you to, one by one, tell me what are the things that you would do to adjust the lighting for her. So you just sit back, relax, you're the subject. Okay, so one by one, maybe Elijah, what's the first thing that you would do for her? Switch to camera 4 now.
Try and eliminate the shadows behind her by...
Okay, so what will you do?
Start out with the key light, put it at a 45-degree angle.
Can you can you go and adjust the key light, please? And adjust the position, and let's look at the effect on Valerie. Sorry, not on Valerie, on Dana. Okay, all right, so now you have this. Okay, do you think you can bring it down a bit? No, you just, Valerie, you can help. Okay, you see, because remember it has to be a 45-degree angle to the subject. Okay, just unscrew and bring down. Okay, so maybe while Elijah is adjusting, Valerie, you can also take a look, and you can actually see whether this is down some more. Valerie, you do the direction. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dana, just look at the camera. Don't look at the light because you'll be blinded by the light. Okay, so what do you think? Is this okay for this light? Okay, good. Now, can you adjust the other light?
Feel like.
Yeah. Okay, so you can go over. Okay, so let's keep the camera on Dana and let's see how. Yeah, you just turn it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, very good. So what's one more thing that you think you could add on?
The backlight.
Okay, so you can see behind there are some of these switches. Right, just turn on. Yeah, the other side also got. You can, yeah, that's fine. Okay. So anything else you want? You want to add some other lights for her?
Still can see her shadow. That light.
Okay, come, let's add some practical light. This is a practical light for her. As you can see, I've made it into a candle, you know. Yeah, come, adjust, make the scene nice.
Right.
Or you want this fire engine? Huh? Or you want this one? This one is the TV. Yeah. How? Cannot. Nice not? Nice, huh? Much better. I don't know. You decide. You decide. You're the lighting designer now, so I want you to tell me what is the best. You can go to camera 2 for a while. I want them to see Elijah. Camera 2, yeah, there. See Elijah. Okay, Elijah, you decide how you want that light.
Valerie, help me out.
Valerie, come. Then Elijah, you take a look at the screen, and you see what's the outcome.
Yeah.
Look at camera 4.
Camera.
Yeah, then you direct Valerie.
Okay, right?
Cannot.
Change it for the back a bit.
Come, give you paparazzi. Or you want lightning, doom.
Yeah, the shadow here.
It's okay. Sometimes shadows can be used to good effect too, right? Doesn't mean shadow means bad, what? Right or not?
Correct.
How like that? Does it look like she's okay, switch back to camera 4. Okay, Dana, I would like you to look into the camera and yeah, can you go to the camera and adjust the FOV?
FOV.
Yeah. Second one, yeah, adjust. Okay, now I would like you to apply the rule of thirds. Meaning, right, I'd like you to have Dana to be in the center. Okay, she must be in the center third. Right? So imagine you are actually breaking this into 9 squares.
Yeah.
Alright? Her head must be center.
Okay.
You can also adjust this one. You get the good maybe first, second. Leave camera 4 with it. Oh no, camera 4 is down. Okay, you can adjust the second. You see, you adjust until you get the highest. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. You press one more time. Okay, press the start button again. Camera 2, because it's down. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, while he's adjusting, let's see what are the different things that they are doing. As you can see, Valerie behind me is also doing some adjustments. Okay. Now camera 4 is back up. Let's look at camera 4. Okay. So this is the final outcome. Are you satisfied with your outcome? Dana, look to the front. You're the star of the show. Just look to the camera. Okay, what do you think? Does she look like a star? Yes. What do you all think? Yeah.
She's in the middle.
Awesome. And what about the lighting and all?
Yes, she looks like she's a celebrity.
Yeah, she looks like she's part of a very sad story, isn't it? And you can see there's like lightning in the background. Yeah. So let's add some additional spice to it. So let's do this. Let's also add some more lightning over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm also going to add some effects. to the like you can both take a seat. Yeah, take a seat. Okay. Dina, you continue to look in front. So I'm now going to do some different kinds of lighting for you. Is exploding? No? Wait. Oops. Okay. Okay, never mind. We try to get some effects, but it's okay. Well, anyway, what do you all think? I think this is actually quite well done. I think Dana looks quite well lighted up. So let's give yourselves a round of applause, right? Okay. So now I'm now going to keep you seated there, and I'm going to now remove all of these lights. Okay, I'm going to turn off this light. So off you go. Okay, so off you go. This light is down, and then I'm also going to turn off that light. Right? You can probably turn to a camera 2 to me first. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off that light too, and now I'm also going to turn off this light. Okay. Right.
Oh.
So can I trouble you to on the main light? Okay. So now I'm going to turn off all these lights, right? And I would like to ask you to now help me to, without all of these lights, right? What do you think you can do to, now Valerie is going to be the subject. Okay, so what do you think you can do? Now Dana and Elijah, you are going to be the lighting people. What other sources of lighting can you use as your key light? So maybe Elijah, turn to camera 4, and let me just get all of you in the frame first. Okay, so Elijah, now Valerie is going to be the subject. So what do you think? Something that's close to you that you can adjust to, what do you think is something that's close to you that you can adjust, given that you don't have all these lighting? What can you adjust now?
The curtains.
Okay, go and open the curtain, please. All right. Wow, poor thing. Both sides, see, Elijah. Okay, so what Mr. Elijah is doing, you can turn to the white camera, and you can actually tilt to see what he's doing. There you can see Mr. Elijah is opening the windows. He's opening the windows and letting the light in. So now that you see that the light is in, can we go back to camera 4? And you can see that, okay, well, slightly lighted up, yeah? A bit lah. Okay, so now that what you've done, Elijah, what kind of light have you actually introduced? It is called the
key light.
Key light, yes, all right. So now, Dina, how do you think you can actually introduce a fill light here? What do you think you can do now? Okay. So you can stand and you can show. You can continue to stand there, right? Okay. So how do you think you can actually get a fill light onto Valerie?
From behind her, is it?
No, fill light. Fill light is where? Fill light is located where?
At the opposite of the.
So you see the key light is coming in through here, right? Okay. So the key light is coming in through here. So now you want a fill light. You want a light that's
So I
going
just
here.
do this.
Yes, right. So let's capture what she's doing. She's actually reflecting, right? So the light that's coming from here, the window, continue to hold this. Right. She's actually reflecting the light from the window onto the subject. Right. So by right, where do you think you should place how do you think you should actually place this?
Like somewhere here,
Are you sure?
45 degrees.
45 degrees.
Okay, firstly, you must reflect the light. So you see, light reflect here. Where will the light go? See, light, then this is your angle of incidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Angle of reflection will come here.
Okay.
You remember your secondary school physics?
Big.
Angle of incidence, angle of reflection, yeah? So you should place where? You want the light, you want the light to come here.
Oh.
So you should stand here. The light comes here. It goes there. Okay, got it?
Oh, yes.
Alright, okay. So that is how you can, maybe you hold it in that position now. Okay, so yeah, basically that's how it should be. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, thank you. So let's now do a final wrap up. Anything else do you think you can also add? Just now you have added something for just now. What else do you also add, Elijah?
Backlight or the
Yeah, so you can actually use backlight, and you can use other types of lights that you find around your house, right? As a backlight a lamp and so on. So that can also help, right? So what this means is that you don't need very expensive equipment, right, for you to be able to practice 3-point lighting. Okay, so with this, let's now proceed over here. Let's turn the cameras over to camera 4. This mic is for you, that mic is for you. So I'd like to ask the three of you. Maybe we can just go starting from Elijah, then we go to Valerie, and then we go to Dina, right? What is one thing that you learned from today's session, and how do you think you can actually use it to your benefit as a health coach in the future? All right, maybe starting with you. Yeah, what's one useful thing?
For a health coach?
I mean, how can you apply this to your future? How do you think you can apply what you've learned today? Dana, you can give me that. Yeah, so start with Elijah. Can bring the mic closer to you.
When I take photos,
Yes.
I can, maybe if I have a friend, I can use his or her phone as a flashlight to pretend to be a key light.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to give me the cinematic effect if I want to, for my social media or
Okay.
something like that.
All right, and especially when you are someone who probably wants to promote health messages, right, to the community, then you want to capture their attention. So you need very good images, and that's what you can do. So one thing that Elijah learned, using his handphone as a key light. Very good, well done. Okay, next, let's go on to maybe Elijah. You can bring the mic closer to Valerie. So Valerie, what is one thing that you learned that you think is useful from today that you can use in your career later as a health promoter, as a health coach?
So you don't necessarily need to use these expensive lights. So you can use simple lights that we can find at home or at our workplace to film videos that will also have the same effect with the lights that we have here and to actually promote health. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So what Valerie mentioned, yes. I sound like it's very great. No, never mind, it's okay. I will sacrifice my. Okay, it's all right. Recorded. Never mind. Yeah. So okay, very good, Valerie. So you have also mentioned that it's not necessary to have expensive lighting. The principles that you've learned today. You can apply it in many different situations. Very good. So Dina, what about you? What do you think you've learned that's useful today and you can apply as a health coach in your career next time?
I think like what Elijah and Valerie mentioned, he used the concept of 3-point lighting, and then you impromptu and use whatever is available to make health resources lah. So in the future when you have, when I need to use it with my friends, right, who are aspiring health coaches, we can use that concept also. But even when we use fancy equipment, we can use different types of lighting to the best advantage to make health promoting videos.
Yep, correct. So that's right. So let's give them a round of applause and let's go back to camera 2 to end off. So yes, we have our health coaches here giving us a lot of ideas on how they can make use of what they've learned today, and like what Dana said, Innovation is very important, right? So we give you the key concepts. Subsequently, how you want to use it, it depends on the style that you create for yourself. It also depends on what you want to achieve out of your video. All right, so with this, I would like to thank you for your kind attention, and I hope you've learned something useful today. And yep, keep on being creative, innovative, and awesome. All right, thank you. Good job. Yeah, okay, done. Thank you, thank you. Stop recording.